Greetings, listeners, and welcome to another action-packed episode of Eberron Adventures, brought to you by the Wednesday Night Crew. Join us as we take a journey and go on adventures with our favorite students from Windshire University. Lukar, a halfling sorcerer with wild magic that comes from his patron. Sibling? Patron? Well, anyway, her name's Astrid. Skogar, a half-orc bounty hunter with a passion for map-making and painting. But not painting portraits, more like fences and walls. But maybe he has a secret or two of his own. Azuri, a Kalashtar cleric hiding from the dreaming dark. Kashan, a changeling that is a roguish paladin with his own agenda. Lissa, a human wizard who is into mage breeding and has a familiar named Bigwing. And last but not least is Velma, a half-elf rogue who has an investigative streak and a dark magic dagger. So join us as we listen to these adventurers as they work through their studies and their extracurricular activities to, dare I say, become heroes? Let's pick up where we left off.
All right, welcome back. This is session 3 of year 2, and the gang just essentially killed off the Sharp Feather brothers and made rather short work of them. Kashan was sure to first like kind of humiliate them for their place in society, and did that pretty swiftly. And then shortly after, it was a veritable bloodbath, but it came at the cost of 2 players down. I believe that would be Lissa and Azuri, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Are the downed players. So if everybody's cool with it, I think we just probably need to jump right back into the action and depress the pause button and pick right back up where we left off. So to briefly set the scene and get everybody's mind right. So you defeated the Sharp Feather brothers. They are both dead to your best knowledge, considering that you pretty much, Skogar pretty much pummeled one of them. So they're out of the picture. I believe Lukar is actually in the dining room area where the rather large dragon shard was discovered with a chunk out of it. Skogar has had some like I guess body tattoos, body markings that started to glow and do some weird stuff.
So he activated his this is out of game, but we all know that from this land, some of us have powers. He activated his dragon mark of his family and activated dragon mark of finding.
Okay, and then remind me what will that actually enable him to do? Because I
have it written down as locate object within 60 feet. But I think you have to have. There wasn't any details on that on your doc that you sent us last year, but I think it was I assumed I had to have some sort of familiarity with it.
Yeah, I think we can role play the remaining part of that out as long as I know the basic gist. A chunk. You notice a chunk is missing. So Skogar activates his mark, and you all see this for the first time. Some of you as characters are probably, especially former roommates of Skogar, would know that this was probably a thing. Probably was in some late night conversation, and I'm sure probably those on the other side of the wall with the hole in the wall probably also.
Skogar probably walked around in his underwear that we probably all saw his dragon mark.
Exactly. And that's not code. That's not code for anything.
We probably all saw too much of Skogar.
Yeah.
Maybe even now. Who knows? Those pants are tight.
So that happened, and. Yeah, so let's just jump right back in. So we have two characters down that probably now if we're out of initiative order, are you guys just down and out? Is that how it works? Because there's no death saves, right? Because initiative is done. Right?
We would have to stabilize them, which I don't think we explicitly said that we did, but
okay. So
if that's the case, I know that Skogar may have delayed what he did.
Okay, so then let's just jump. Let's jump right back in. Lissa and Azuri are down. Everybody's seeing, those that are up are seeing Skogar's dragon mark go active, and that's where we are.
Well, I would like to. This is Velma de Madani. I would like to try to stabilize or improve with a medicine check on Izuri.
I would like for you to do that. I'm sure he would as well. And you're muted.
He would as well, but he's unconscious, so he can't say that.
Speaking on his behalf.
Okay, medicine. I have +3 in medicine somehow.
Nice.
It's all based on wisdom.
16.
Okay. I would say, I mean, I don't know if there's like a set number for that, but I would assume a 16.
I was trying to look it up, but
I think a 16 is quite sufficient.
It's not in D&D Beyond as far as I can tell. So went to Stack Exchange.
I would feel stabilizing through medicine check would probably be a 10 or 12 DC, I would assume. Something somewhere in there. Probably
Let's ask the chat.
What's that?
I said, let's ask the chat as if we were a live audience.
Right. The Discord members.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let's go to our Twitch stream for
there it is.
For the answer.
Patrons, please inform us in your comments.
197 of the player's handbook states DC 10 wisdom check.
Oh, nice.
See, I was close. Not bad.
Is he still unconscious or is dying?
I believe that means he's just not dying.
He's just not dying. He's not dying. Yeah. You have stabilized him. I am going to insert a gavel sound in there right before Sean says in page. I think
I believe I'm at 0 hit points and unconscious after an hour. I regain consciousness.
Oh, okay.
At 1.
I think you'd roll a 1d4, and that's how many hours you regain 1 hit point.
Oh.
Okay. That's. I'll do that.
Hopefully that's not relevant.
I would say maybe hold off on the rolling for how many hours it takes to get to 1 hit point, because I can't imagine you're gonna just sit here. I can't imagine you're just going to sit here for hours waiting for Izuri to get 1 hit point back. All right,
throw him in the back of a cart and take.
You don't want to waste our spell slots. Come on.
Nobody does. Well, the only one got a spell.
Yeah, the only one who can heal us is Izuri. So
Izuri is stabilized. And yeah, what's going on? What else?
I guess I'll try that. I'll try the same thing on Lissa.
Okay.
And that is an 11 to stabilize Lissa.
Okay.
Nice.
Since I gave her all of my lay on hands last week.
And I wasted them.
Noted that, maybe be a little less generous in the future. That's, I'm still learning the paladin lifestyle. I get it. Like maybe only give 1 hit point to people who are just going to go run out and get themselves killed again.
And Kashan, you notice though that Velma just does it a little bit better than you do. Like just because.
I noticed that, but I don't know if you needed to call that out.
Yeah, well,
as if you were trying to get some reaction out of me.
There's an old trick of stuffing hygiene products into bullet wounds. So,
well, the paladin lifestyle, it's less about the healing and more about the stabbing, from what I can tell. So, I'm not too concerned about it. That's, they barely even covered that. They mentioned it on the syllabus. They're like, we might not even get to it this semester.
So it's like stabbing.
To my roommate, because it's more like judgment and browbeating. So.
That kind of stuff. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
So it's like stabbing with a dash of healing.
Yeah, really, I was being generous by giving the lay on hands to somebody else.
So how giving of you. All right, so let's so they're both stable. Yeah, they're both stable, and Skogar has had his mark ignite, and so he's aware that obviously it's getting all glowy and crazy because of the dragon shard, the large dragon shard that's just sitting out on the table. But in addition, he knows that Skogar knows that there's another piece. The piece that's missing, he knows, is not too far behind, not too far away.
I get the sense that this is pretty close.
and Lucar. I kicked that staff out of that guy's hands over against the wall over there. Did you see that?
You're cool, Scar.
Thanks. But maybe take a look at that staff. I don't know. Maybe it's got something on it.
Well, I had detect magic earlier. Is there anything else besides the dragon shard that would potentially be magical in here?
I would imagine everything.
Yeah, the whole house just kind of has a faint glow to it.
Look for the same color as the dragon shard.
And you're already in the house, so but detect magic lasts for a while, doesn't it? Like 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, you would assume then that the staffs would also fall into that same category. So each staff that the sharp feather, each sharp feather had a staff, and both of them are magic as well.
Well, I'll grab those staffs, and I'll grab the dragon shard, and I'll walk out the door with Skogar and be like, "Hey, look what Skogar I found, guys!" And I see Kashan and Velma trying to stabilize Lisa.
Okay,
Lisa
so I'm gonna
succeeding at stabilizing.
That's
succeeding
fair.
at stabilizing.
I'm gonna twist that a little bit. So the staffs, because the staffs are outside, because that's the sharp feathers were eliminated outside, right? So we can say that you'll get to them when you get outside, but you try to pick up the dragon shard, and I need you to do a strength roll for me, please.
Well, I did have my dice ready.
Go here, drink this before you do that.
Oh, well, shit, I got a 19 minus 1 is 18 for my strength.
So you huff a little bit, you're like, and you pick it up. Like it's a little bit awkward for you, because of its size, but you are able to pick it up. I made an assumption that you probably don't have a super high strength rating.
Damn.
You are correct.
Yes.
But I can roll the dice like nobody's business.
Based on your class and stature, I like your size and class. I would assume strength was more of a dump stat than a high stat.
Well, my willpower and the adrenaline from the fight has kept me like I've got adrenaline still running through me.
Wonderful. So I envision you you're like, and you're like, man, there's I don't even have a pouch big enough to stash this in. As you're picking it up. And so you pick it up, and then you guys start to head outside, and coming out through that front door. And as you cross the threshold of the front door, you hear this shrill, it's shrill meaning high pitch, but not super loud, just kind of almost like an alarm sort of noise. And it's at that point then that you see over the bodies of the two sharp feather brothers, you see a green sphere come out from somewhere within the clothing of each one. And they look like this.
Those are clearly the souls leaving their body.
There it is. And they look like large, floating emeralds. And let's see. And one of them turns and faces you, Lucar, and Skogar. And it shoots a beam out of it. And that's going to be for a 14. That's going to be for a 14 to hit. Who would have been first walking out? I'll let you guys decide amongst yourselves.
It wasn't Missouri.
No, I know. Skogar and Lucar, between the two of you.
unless there's an objection, Skogar seemed to think he knew things were at and was leading about.
Okay.
He wouldn't mind walking out.
Then does a 14 hit you?
14 misses.
Okay. So
Skogar walks out the door.
A green blast shoots by your face.
Yeah.
As this emerald eye, as it's called, floats around and tries to hit you. So it would seem as though there may be some additional securities besides those weird contraptions that you fought last time. So why don't you guys do a quick initiative roll, including those two that are down? Because maybe if you get up, you can get thrown back into the initiative.
Heck yeah.
Knows. And let me know what you get.
Lucar has a 13.
Okay.
Velma has an 18.
Also 18 for Skogar. I think Velma would have higher dex, right? I've got a 2.
Maybe not. I'm more of a support character.
Okay.
I have a dex of 1.
How did Cash do?
17.
Missouri?
Missouri's asleep. It's 3.
Nice.
Lissa?
14.
All right. That just means you get to lie still earlier in the order.
Woohoo! Can't wait.
So we've got Skogar is going to be first, right? Then Velma. As far as our orders, as far as you guys go, Lucar, or no, Kashan, Lucar, Lissa, Missouri. And then we have these 2 emerald guys, and they're going to be in a spot, which is subpar, I suppose. All right, so there's so essentially, and then so Kashan, where are you in the mix of this?
What do you mean? Like I was out.
You were outside, right?
Hovering above.
Oh, you were
laying
on hands.
Yeah, doing that. Yeah.
Thank you. So you're laying on hands of Lissa and Velma. You just helped out Azuri. So both of you see these green things pop out of the sharp feathers bodies, and they approach. They are facing the direction of Lucar and Skogar. So Skogar is top of the order.
Skogar kind of walks out the door. The missile goes flying by his head. He's confused. Thinks to himself, "Well, I don't have any healing potion, so I'll try to keep
you
that
have
thing
that beer
busy."
Hat.
What's that?
You have that beer hat with 2 healing potions in it.
That is true. That is true.
That's
you do.
Right. I was thinking, because that was last season, and I was looking. I was like, I wrote down a ton of stuff, but I didn't write down a healing potion. And I was like, I swear I had it. It was that goofy ass thing. All right, so if you'll allow it, he walks out and says, "Well, I'll keep it busy. Grab this," and he throws it over towards. I do believe Kashan was above. At least Lissa, if not both of them.
Okay. Yes.
And then just runs towards the emerald, drawing his greatsword.
Okay.
I assume I can't get to it, and that's a bit much to do some attacks.
I would agree.
Okay.
I would agree.
He takes a good look at that emerald, knowing his way around gemstones and mining and stuff. He's like, "Will this greatsword do anything?" And that's how he ends his turn.
All right. Are you within 5 feet of the hostile creature?
That was my plan.
I'm going to take that as a yes and just attack.
Do it.
I got to find the... Okay, force pistol. $13. Does that hit?
That is a miss.
Ah. All right, for my bonus action, I will probably hide behind the well.
Okay. these are tiny. These are considered tiny constructs, so they're not.
Oh.
They're bigger than regular emeralds, but they're not they're not too big. So they have like a natural armor, but I think generally they're just a harder target to hit. So Lugar, you are up. You have a dragon shard in your arms or in your hands. Remember?
Yep. There's 2 of them.
Yes.
I am going to use magic missile at the 2nd level, so I have 4.
2 and 2.
Yes, 2 and 2. Yep.
Okay, great.
One, 4 points of damage
on one. Okay.
On one of them, and the second one, 4 points of damage. I rolled 4 ones on my 4-sided dice.
Dang, dude, that sucks. That sucks for you.
I'm lucky I can reroll ones, but not on that.
Let's see. Oh, pardon me, I went out of order. Kashan, you should have been next. So Kashan, you go now.
Damn it, Bill.
I think we should retcon my turn.
What are we paying you for?
There you go.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, that explains why I'm doing such a bad job considering the pay rate.
My kid. Well, I guess yeah, that's it. All right. Well, there's a green gem floating by me. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, they're within the vicinity of you. Yes. Not like I wouldn't say melee though. Necessarily.
Okay. Well, I would like to then. I guess I'll get in melee with one. Has either of them gone? Well, they're things.
Neither of them had taken turns yet.
Yeah, but they're different things. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack the one that the other 2 were attacking. Skogar and Velma were attacking, right?
Yep.
So let's roll to hit. That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Then I'm going to do 10 points of damage.
And
wait.
What are you hitting it with?
Short sword.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's actually 20 points of damage. I forgot the sneak attack bonuses.
Nice.
Okay.
Sneak attack the gemstone.
Sneaky like that.
So how does Kashan make that move exactly?
Oh, I do a cool, roll that's probably, it's a cool spin, but it's probably unnecessary because it doesn't really see me, and just jab out with the old short sword.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So it's you hear like a ting as that metal clashes with the gemstone, and you just you strike it and put a significant crack in it. As it still manages to be floating around though.
It's all good.
And let's see. So Lissa, you would be next, but you're still down. So how about this? Let's do this. Let's just to make this fun. Let's why don't we say that instead of rolling like death saves, roll like a consciousness save.
All right, nice.
So if you get 10 or above 3 times, then you come to with 1 hit point. If you stay 10 or below, you for 3 times, and you will just stay unconscious.
All right, that sounds good. The first one was a 9.
Okay.
So a conscious fail.
Yes, indeed. And then that number one emerald that got attacked. It's going to. Let's see. So, Kashan, I need you to make a charisma save, please, and tell me what you get. And you are muted.
Here I am giving all this good stuff, but I'm muted. No, I'm very charismatic, but I'm a very poor roller tonight. So I only got a 5. So
okay. So with that 5, you are locked into the quote unquote gaze of the emerald eye. And and you are compelled to walk away from to basically just walk in the opposite direction of the eye.
Well, I mean, all right.
So you're gonna do you're gonna just be working on your movement to go away from the eye. And you'll be able to like repeat your saving throw at the end of your next turn.
Okay.
And it doesn't say that you can't still attack it. You're just walking like away from it.
Bye.
It's just sort of compelling you to do something different. And then Azuri, why don't you do your consciousness save?
Do you want to know the result publicly, or?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, 16.
Okay.
Woo.
That's one in the positive. Good for you. And Emerald Line number 2 is just going to shoot a burst at you, Lucar, and it's going to be a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Dang, misses. Okay, so the
Mage
beam
armor.
shoots. Yeah, I gotcha. So the beam shoots over your head. When did you cast that?
Whenever we start, I do it.
Oh,
It's an 8-hour spell.
I've got it marked off. It's an 8-hour thing. So as soon as we got to this farm.
Okay. Good to know. I'm gonna have to start keeping track of that, so I know that it happened. Because I have such distrust for you. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we are top of the order, and we are back to Skogar.
So Skogar looks down. He saw that Kashan made purchase with his sword, and he thinks to his archaeologist background, which is his background, and he's like, he just wonders, was that a good enough hit, or maybe he should grab his mining pick off his back.
Oh, okay.
So he thinks, I'll grab my mining pick, and then just grab over it, strap to his back, and bring it down on the gemstone to see if he can get a nicer crack going.
And this is on the one that took a hit from Kashan, correct?
Yeah, that was, I believe we were all on the same one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's a critical.
Nice.
All right. So I didn't look up mining
damage.
pick. That's in my archaeologist backpack. But we'll say, what's that? Probably a 1d6.
Yeah, that sounds good. You can put your proficiency to it, though, I think.
Okay. So this is awesome because it turned out as best as my greatsword would have done. So it was 1d6. I rolled a 6. Proficiency brings it to a 9. And then because of the half-orc trait, savage attacks, whenever your scroll land a critical with a melee weapon attack, you double the attack die.
Nice.
And the second die was a 5, so that is 14 points from the mining pick, which I think did.
But I think there's more than that, because when you crit, the rule is when you crit,
you're right. Our house
you get
roll.
max damage plus the roll, right? So if you rolled a 9, and max damage is 9, then that's 18 plus your 5, so that's 23.
Well, that seems fitting if you want to play the mining pick. Just have this awesome swing.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a lot of dice. That'd be like 4 dice, but yeah.
You land the shot like it's almost like a stress fracture, like how perfectly you land it, to where it's barely holding together, but it's pretty thoroughly damaged at this point. Velma,
okay. Then he swings again because he's a level 5 fighter.
Okay.
Well, that's just as fitting because it's a crit fail on the second swing.
Okay. So yeah, as you swing it, you whiff and you and the pick gets stuck in the ground.
Yeah. So it's stuck down there. It's wedged good. He goes
a little bit. Yeah.
Well, you guys get this one then, and he'll take if it gets it, he'll take his opportunity attack and run back towards the healing potion helmet that he threw down towards Lissa and Azuri. No, Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, Alyssa and
Alyssa and Azuri, yeah.
Yep.
So okay, so you're saying you're gonna take an opportunity attack to run?
Yeah, because I think we've all left them, right?
Yeah. Okay, so then you're gonna it's gonna be a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, and that's gonna be 12 psychic damage as a beam hits you in the back of the head, and you just kind of makes your head throb, and it gives you a pretty mean headache. It is going to be Velma's turn.
Sure, I'm going to shoot the one that Skogar's on.
Okay.
And here we go. Oh, I closed my spreadsheet. Okay, well, it's +5, so I'm sure that I can just roll on Google Roller.
Okay.
Right. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. That is 7 force damage, and it's a sneak attack. Ooh, max damage 21. I should have shot the other guy.
So, so you this thing just turns into like dust right before your eyes as you just pulverize the hell out of it, and it just sprinkles dust onto the ground. And it is going to be Kashan's turn. You're walking away. Well, now the one that compelled you is no longer there. So.
Oh well, then I walk my way to the next one.
So you're no longer compelled to walk away.
Is anybody meleeing this other one?
No.
Well, why not? Come on, people. I guess 2 of our people are still down. I'm assuming. All right. Well, then I would love to. I guess I'll just make it with a stabby and say, "Come on, guys, come on." That's only a 13 to hit.
That stabby is a miss.
There you go. That's all I got.
Okay. Lucar.
I will use my Ray of Frost cantrip.
Okay.
And I got a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
And that is 8 points of frost damage.
Okay. That's technically cold damage, is it not?
I would imagine so.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Alyssa, how about your next roll?
Let's do it. Ooh, a 3. Alyssa is not very good at this.
You don't want to wake up.
Taking a good nap.
Zuri, what about you?
Let's see. That's a 3, so I'm at 1 and 1.
Twinsies.
And then the other emerald that's still up, it's going to shoot a blast at Kashan. And that's going to be for a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
All right, and that's going to be for merely 6 psychic damage.
Oh, my brains!
And Skogar, top of the order.
So Skogar makes it back over towards Alyssa and Azuri. If he sees that right, Alyssa looks to be worse off. So he finds the healing potion helmet out of the dirt. And he pulls it up, and it's like kind of the straw on the bottom, Skogar's been chewing on. It's all like gnarly, and it was down in the dirt. And it's got a lot of Skogar spit on it, and goes,
Delicious.
Sorry, Alyssa. Jams it down in her mouth and gives the side of the helmet a squish and squishes out one of the healing potions. I don't remember what healing potions in there, so I'm just assuming standard.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
I think they were standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll that HP.
All right. What's the standard healing potion?
2d4 plus 2, I think.
That sounds right.
That sounds right.
All right. So we're up to 8. And she just kind of like splutters and suddenly sits up and is like, oh God, what was that taste?
You can feel the straw with the bite marks in it in your mouth as you wake up.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on? Get this out of my mouth.
So Alyssa is up. So that's good. And then Skogar, that would be your turn, and then we are at Velma.
I am going to, since nobody's in melee range of the other emerald.
Wrong, I am.
Oh, you are now?
Yeah.
Then I'll just shoot him.
Okay.
How about a 19? Does that hit?
Oh, that hits.
Oh, yeah, I have 16 hit, obviously. So that's 11 force damage. That was pretty good.
Nice.
And the sneak attack was only 8 this time.
Dang. All right.
And then I'm going to hide behind the well again. I think I should have done stealth. So
Okay.
I'll roll it this time. 9.
All right. It sees.
So he
it
saw me.
It's quote unquote sees where you went. And let's see, Kashan, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just make with the stabbies again. Look around, like, is anybody around? Anyone? No, nobody. Okay. That's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
I would think so.
I mean, barely, just barely, but it's a hit.
Squeeze that one in. That's a 9 points of damage.
Okay. Lucar.
I'll Ray of Frost it again.
Okay, do it.
That is a 14.
That ray, it hits.
13 points of cold damage.
All right. Sounds good for you. And Lissa.
I realize I haven't been rolling my wild magic. I know those were the Ray of Frost or cantrips, but the
magic missile was not.
Magic missile was not.
Yeah. Did you roll?
You want me to retro that?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I
always
did not.
I always want you to retro that. You good?
I'm good.
Okay. Your wild magic is key to part of what makes Lucar. I mean, we can't give that up. Okay, so
hey, I don't know if you want to. I just got a 20, which is the opposite of what I need to get. Do you think a 20 resets the clock back down to 1 or no?
No,
absolutely not.
No.
Well, but hey, I'll tell you what though. I just there's nothing worse than the waste of a crit. So like, what is the group? Leave this up to the group decision. What do you think about if Lucar rolls a nat 20, that we -1 off of his wild magic?
Oh no, it just seems like it makes it difficult to get that awesome wild magic score.
I want the chaos.
We want the chaos, right?
So Bill, you're arguing for it just doesn't increase.
Well, so like
because I haven't failed, so it doesn't increase by 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you so that's kind of my take on it, is that if you rolled a nat 20, then it doesn't
increase the chance.
All right, I think that's fine. It's
not a waste of a crit. Yeah.
I guess that's okay.
Okay. Because If it starts happening all the time, I'm taking the rule away. I'm just gonna say that
or
right
he
now.
gets to pick what wild magic happens.
I was thinking of the same.
Oh.
Nice. Well, he would have to but he would have to get up to. He'd have to get up to a 19 and then roll a 20, right? That's how it would work, essentially, would it not? Because every time you roll and you pass, you're building a number that you're rolling against, correct? That's how it works. Right. So then ultimately you'd have to build all the way up to 19 and then get a nat 20
on that one.
Yeah.
And then you can choose.
That can't happen though.
That seems
that seems very unlikely.
Statistically unlikely. Yes.
Yeah. So I like the let's say you roll a 20, you don't add to your number on that one. Now if you roll a bunch of 20s all of a sudden, then I reserve the right to change.
Absolutely.
Okay. I lost track. So who is next?
I'm at 4 right now.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, Lissa, go ahead.
All right.
You've come to now.
Yeah.
You got a funky taste in your mouth, but you are awake.
Off, back to Skogar, and she's like, "Thanks, but don't do that again." You can help it.
Yeah. Sorry, that was. I had mackerel earlier, but yeah, that
would do it. Yep, that's that taste. Thanks, awesome. And then how close is Alyssa to Azuri? Did we fall down nearby?
You're within a 5 to 10 feet distance of each other. You're not
okay,
super far
cool.
away.
So she's gonna crawl over to Azuri and do a cure wounds. Be grateful that this wasn't Skogar backwash.
Wait a minute. So you have cure wounds too? So the two people who died are the ones that have them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cure wounds for Azuri.
Yep. So that's a 1d8 plus. I didn't write it down. What do I add?
Your wisdom modifier, I believe, right? Is that?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Spellcasting thing.
Great. So you get 8 hit points to Azuri.
Nice.
8. Awesome.
So all of you are up. All of you are you're all in it now. Everybody's got some HP. That's fantastic. And it is Azuri, it's your turn actually.
Yay for us.
Oh good, I wasn't planning to do much. All right, so
he's like, I gotta think about something.
I know, right? He'll sort of quickly stand up, brush himself off, and he'll look over at the remaining crystal. We still got one up. And he'll go ahead and fire off a sacred flame at it. So it needs to make a dex save.
Okay, let's see. All right. Ooh, that's a nat 20.
Okay, well, it passes and nothing happens.
Okay. So as it just kind of floats around a sacred flame,
like
Skogar,
a moth.
Skogar, I really would appreciate if you could make me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's
what's your intelligence rating?
+1.
Stat. What's your stat? What's your number? Well, +1, so it's over.
12 is my intelligence, so +1.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, roll a charisma save.
So that's a straight 5 then. Does that pass?
No. Okay, so
not quite.
So you look at the emerald, and the emerald just sort of focuses its attention on you, and it starts to glow, and you find yourself locked into its gaze, so to speak.
Yeah.
And this thing it just comes towards you, and then it kind of shrinks down a little bit to a slightly more manageable size. Because I'm not really sure about the size range of something that's tiny, if it's mouse or what this statistical size would be, right, of that description. So we'll say it shrinks down into maybe more of probably golf ball size ish. As it comes towards you, and then it just gets really bright green, and you can't see for a second, and it's gone. And if let's see, So the people that probably most likely that would see that happen would be Lucar. I think Lucar, I'd like you to do a perception check, please, with advantage.
I mean, I'm also right there on top of it, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 16, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. And then Kashan, what so I would say, so you're right there, and
yeah,
so
I'm
both
stabbing at the thing.
Yeah, so both of you see this, and you see this happen. You see the green flash kind of puts you out for a second, and then you see that it's gone. However, you see that there is now a green gem that is lodged into Skogar's chest, like up really high, like right here. Like, and it's set into his skin.
Like
Skogar doesn't notice this.
Yeah, but it's high up. It's not like Tony Stark.
It kind of goes with his eyes, so I think it's fine.
And so and you're out of initiative order. The emerald just sort of it goes from glowing to just sort of it's the bright green, and then it just sort of kind of calms back down.
Skogar just goes, "I am a rock god." Looks down at his pulsating chest and fully believes he is some sort of divine entity that's brought this gemstone into his chest.
Skogar, you still Skogar? Are you still like you? Are you good?
Spit a booger out of him.
No way, man. He'll spit one right back.
So let's see. I want you, Skogar, I'm going to take a second to send you a quick little chat message to tell you a couple things really fast, because I want you to be able to start taking quote unquote advantage of this. So I need to describe to you what's going on really quickly. So talk amongst yourselves. Everybody's back up. Everybody's alive. Lucar, you've got the dragon shard next to you. Chunk missing. What's next? What do you guys talk about? What do you figure out what you want to do? Where you want to go?
Well, we got to wagon up this dragon shard to head home, right?
Yeah,
I'm going to carve FAFO on the door.
I'm going to go ahead and try to leave
remind all of you that this was just a gangland killing.
There you go.
And I would posit that if you took anything other than the dragon shard, it might identify us to anybody who actually likes these guys.
So no staffs.
If you can hide it, maybe.
I mean, I can't. They're taller than I am.
Hey, Skogar, you have an emerald in your chest?
Is that what it is?
Cut it off, but
yeah.
I would never do that without your consent, because you would kick my ass.
Yeah, you seem okay, but I would definitely get that checked out when we get back to Windshire. I think, see somebody,
It's not that deep, though. I mean, Lucar's got his ear pierced over there, and that's the same thing, right? It's not that deep. It did seem like it hit a bone, though.
Yeah, no.
Skogar starts to cough because he's got 2 hit points.
I'm just saying, you might want to get it looked at. That's all. Yeah.
So Skogar, take a look at. I messaged you all the info. Yeah. So take a look at that and write that down. Yeah. It's. I've taken a little bit of liberties with it, but I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah. I agree.
And it fits within your rock god persona. So, okay. Yeah. So you guys have a not quite whole dragon shard, and you are on this farm, and assumably everything's there's nothing, you've taken care of everything. Are you trying to see if you can find the other piece? Skogar, you can still feel that there's more dragon shards somewhere.
Yeah. Skogar,
on this farm.
He kind of reaches down into a pocket, and then he kind of looks at everybody else and like pretends it's the gem on his chest. And I think there's more to this place than we've seen. Maybe we should check one of these other buildings. And he, hopefully, as you see that, like again, some of Skogar's scars, which appeared to be just scars, kind of glow, and you see this symbol of House Tarask like glow on his back, and he attempts to discern the location of more of the dragon shard.
I'm just picturing macho, burly Skogar like walking, like kind of strut walking over towards the barn, like, and you just see like his glowing symbol on his back as he's walking into the barn.
Well, he may try to do that, but in realistic, he's limping his way over. But he,
yeah. So you limp over. You enter the first section of the barn, and you see there's a covered wagon, and you can see that there is like the covered wagon itself is there's a very faint glow deep in the wagon itself.
What do we have here? So he goes up and tries to find that source of glowing.
Yeah. So you see there's like a pretty significant, like it's a pretty decent open bed in the wagon, right? And like open like storage area, and you see there's a large blanket, like a lumpy blanket that's spread across the back of the wagon. As you peel the corner up, you see there's assorted rocks and minerals and like all these things that some of the stuff you've actually mined, like, you know, back when you were back home, and you actually discover that you see the dragon shard like just scattered amongst all of these other stones.
Okay, and Lucar had found one, right?
He found the big guy.
Yeah. So, Skogart, knowing from what he had before, and kind of he just kind of like puts it in his pack, and then grabs the other gems and shakes them, or just shows the rest of the group in the blanket. False alarm. And gets out of the wagon and he says, but there's like, you know, some other valuables back here. There's some like wools and fabrics and stuff. Like we could take this back and sell it. I don't know if like one of you knows how to hitch up a horse, as he's passing the conversation along.
Anyone?
I think we had we got what we came for. It's a little damaged. Oh, can I do a perception check on that sleight of hand of his?
Yeah.
Who, Skogar? Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. I can't imagine
18,
it's very
19.
Yeah.
19. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. I was like, there ain't no way they're gonna let me get away with this.
You see a dragon shard sticking out of his back pocket.
Yeah, I don't care I rolled a 9, so I don't think there's anything that brings me up to that.
I'm going to just let that slide for now. I'll bring it up when we get back to the library, the magic school. But as far as loot anything you want, as long as you can hide it in your backpacks.
So don't take the wagon home. All right, never mind.
I noticed that too, perception-wise. Can I just say, hey, Skogar, maybe I carry the little piece and you carry this big dragon shard. Would that be okay?
Well, I guess somebody saw me, so that's fair.
Just sort of, now that the adrenaline's wearing off, I'm sort of struggling here. Maybe you take this and I take the small one.
All right, but I do want to see it later. I want to like just study it for a little bit before we hand it in.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I want you to look good in front of the dean, because I know you've had your ins and outs with him. So maybe if we let you present it to him, you'll get on his good side.
Yeah. Then we'll be like double agents. Gotcha. So Skilgar goes, okay, then lifts up the large shard, I guess, tosses it onto a handcart and grunts his back and says,
like a wheelbarrow kind of deal, like just
something.
Yeah,
We're on a farm.
Okay. Yeah. You take a small cart that would normally be drawn by like a horse, and you're just pulling it with the big shard in the back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw some straw on top of that dragon shard while you're parading around.
Probably a good call. Okay. So there was still the two staffs that are on the ground. Like they're like shorter staffs. Because actually they're probably good Lucar height though, to be honest with you, because they were good height for these guys, and they were like I want to say that they were like dwarves, I believe was their race. Not that it mattered because they didn't live very long, but
throw them in the hay. Yeah.
What, the staffs or the dwarfs?
Now that Azuri's up, Azuri actually wants to go check out at least one of the staffs here.
Okay. They're chock full of magic. That's all you know at this point in time.
Well, knowing that much, he'll pick them up, and if they need disinfected from evil magics, he'll see what he can do about that in the future.
Gotcha. Lucar, it's at this point that you're going to get inundated with a couple things back to back here. So Lucar, the first thing is that the good old familiar comfort of the white noise comes back to you, and Astrid's like, hey bro, you got the shard? It's all good.
Yep.
Oh, that's great. You get one of them staffs, I hope.
I wasn't planning on it. Well, with those guys being evil and all, but are you suggesting I take one?
It's power. It's not about good or evil. It's about power.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about the power, man. I think you just might want to talk to your buddy. He doesn't need both of them. That just seems excessive. What's he gonna dual wield staffs? Like that just seems silly. That's not gonna happen.
That actually seems sort of badass, but I get where you're coming from.
But look at him. Do you think he could do that? I don't think he could manage it, honestly. He's kind of a bookworm sort of guy. Like he could do wield books, probably, right? But I don't think he could. I don't think he can manage the staff. So I think you should talk to him.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget, puppet body, chop. Don't take forever, huh?
Yeah. We're on it.
Seriously, I can smell the bullshit from a mile away. Luke, don't ruin the good thing, man.
We definitely have it on our to-do list.
Do not leave me hanging. And then you hear their voice take a tone that you haven't heard, and the voice is like, seriously, do not leave me hanging. and then it's a 18 intimidation roll with that voice in your head. You could roll against it if you want. Like if you.
Nah, I'll take the fear.
Okay. Because it's been a while since because you over the summer and everything, you got to a good place. You become comfortable with this whole vibe, the whole wild magic through Astrid stuff, and you're able to communicate. But Astrid just wants to make sure that that they mean business. So
got it.
Cool. So yeah. So then you've got the shard in the cart. The shard in the cart. This sounds weird. And you are essentially ready to go.
Throw a fresh handful of hay over that shard in the cart.
Yeah. Say cover the shard.
It just sounded funny when you said it.
Yeah. So yeah, who's leading the charge? What are you guys doing? You are, just to kind of set the stage. So you're in the farmland of Reckenmark. You got here via train. Don't know if that's going to be so easy to get back because you've got this cart with this dragon shard in it. So what's based on past sessions, what you can recall of transportation options and things that might be available to you. So get creative, figure out how you're gonna make your way back.
Hey, Lissa, there's like stables here. I don't know if maybe there's an animal that could draw this. Do you think you could convince one of them maybe to take this burden off my back? He gives like another push and it's like,
yeah.
We can always like just kind of gift it to a farm close to Windshire, maybe.
Oh, that's a good. I mean, they're not going to be using them here anymore, so.
Yeah. And we don't want to be caught with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, what are we thinking of doing with the bodies here? Like, I'm just wondering if maybe we shouldn't just like leave them out in the open, real obviously that they were like murdered here.
Skogar smells. Well, I mean, I can smell there's pigs somewhere on this farm. I mean, I'm not saying, but you know,
you're
what
not
I'm
saying pigs don't eat people, but you're not saying they do.
I'm hearing we burn the place down.
We could do that. That could cover up like everything.
That bold gesture would be seen for miles around.
That would be the problem.
So don't burn the place down. God, no, that's fine.
Yeah,
no, I get it. Yeah.
I vote that
Guys
we
are so
make ourselves scarce, and I think that we have another quest somewhere here in Reykjavik, or wherever this place is.
Rick and Markin.
But yeah, I want to go.
Flurgan.
I want to go talk to a horse.
What if one of the said dwarven brothers was seen leaving town and there was no need to investigate? Because he's alive and well, but he's just left Rickenmark for a week and made a big to-do about it.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like a good idea.
And then what are we going to do with the body when we get back to Windshire?
I think what he means. Yeah, I think he means we don't need the body. That we have.
Right.
Recall that it was revealed that I'm a changeling and I could I could change myself.
I remember. I just.
Yeah. No, that's what I was going for.
That should have been the code right there.
Like we leave the bodies here. They stay here.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Oh yeah, because it would be a pain to take the bodies with us.
We don't want to do that. That's a bad. We don't want to cross borders with bodies. That's just like rule number one.
I think rule number one was a little different. Like don't kill people in the first place, and we sort of were.
Yeah, that's you were on the ground, Missouri, so we couldn't really get your opinion on. Figure out what the rules were, but thanks for that.
You can't put eggs back together, so you make an omelet instead.
There you go.
Well, I always understood that rule. Well, at the beginning, I took it at face value, but then I realized after a few adventures that it only applies on Windshire campus or when we're on a field trip and supervised by a professor. Because it seems like we're on our own a lot of the time and it gets dangerous out here.
Absolutely. They may have killed us. I mean, they almost did. So really, who attacked who first?
They actually attacked Kashan.
They did attack me first. I knew they went first.
Remember this. If we get caught.
Listen, the whole thing's a little fuzzy after I, fell down, so I have a headache anyways. So I don't remember.
I think if we get we're not going to get caught, I think is the
Okay, so
That's the key.
we're throwing the bodies of the pigs, and then one of these horses is gonna help us with the cart, and you're gonna turn into one of the brothers, and then we'll be good. We'll be good.
Right. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
All right.
I think that's the way to go.
That's the plan.
What could possibly go wrong?
Lucar, your smart stone vibrates.
I'll pick up.
Oh no, it's just a message, not a call.
Oh, okay.
It's a message from Jorik, your new roommate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
and Jorik says, hey pal, can you pick up some donuts on your way back from wherever the hell you are? I really got a taste for them. I'll pay you when you get here.
Oh, okay. I left him on red. I leave him on red.
And then like a few minutes later, he sends like a follow-up question mark.
I give him a confused emoji that doesn't have any relevance to anything. Just
okay. So yeah, that's just that brief little interaction. As we tried to inject some of these newer characters into the mix a little bit here that you guys have started to introduce. So what's happening? What's the plan that you guys decided on? What are we doing?
Well, I believe Kashan will take on the appearance of one of the dwarven brothers.
Okay.
And we'll be seen leaving the farm. Like, hey, yeah, no, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm fine, guys. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Just going on a little journey here.
Okay.
Don't check on the farm. Everything's running smoothly.
And are you Brainerd or the other one?
Probably the less aggressive one.
Yeah. I can't remember that one's name.
That guy, the one who kind of just like blends in.
That file didn't make it into my Google Drive.
Yeah, the one that just kind of blends in. Yeah, him.
They were dead. I didn't transfer them over.
Not the weirdo one, but the
that's fair. Yeah. So the more proper one. So yeah, So what? You guys are all all of you are leaving, but you're like, if anybody like happens to see you walking with this group, you're just randomly saying, "Oh, just going out of town." Like
just
cool.
no big deal. Everything's running smoothly on the old brain farm.
And where did the other body go, or where did the bodies go?
Feed to the pigs, I think, is what we.
Oh, okay, sweet, got it.
And we all take an alignment shift, and then we move on our ways.
So you're feeding them whole, or did somebody like make them more manageable?
I mean, that was somebody else's idea. My idea was just doing the disguise parts.
Who was
more manageable, of course. Yeah.
Okay, fair. Yeah. Okay. So we'll say like I would that be like, who suggested it? Was it who suggested that?
I think it was Skogar who suggested it, and Lissa jumped on it and said, "Yep, okay, so that's a good plan."
So then is Lissa helping make these more manageable?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What about Big Wing? Does Big Wing?
Oh yeah, Big Wing is helping too.
Yeah.
Big Wing
He's got his talent. Yeah.
So just for the sake of a little character development and observation here, people, like let's take note of the fact that like dark-haired Lissa is fully volunteered to like essentially chop up and process these two dead dwarves to make them more easy to eat for the pigs. Let's just put that into perspective for a second, in case any of you
she's not
actually
becoming evil at all. No,
I mean, maybe
she loves animals and she doesn't want them to like choke on anything.
Exactly, it's all for science.
We knew that she liked animals more than people. Like that was understood.
Okay. All right.
And also, we don't bring this up to Sable. Like, Sable might not be able to take this. We can handle this.
Okay.
We'll never speak of this again.
But Sable might not be able to handle this, right? Besides, because Sean's getting into character, so he's not really paying attention.
Yeah.
Sean, are you still wearing that pink ascot? Because that might give it away.
Yes, but I will keep this for later because I actually like this look.
So it does give you a commanding look.
So you exit. So let's see here. Let me find. I know I've got that map up. Let's just kind of let's kind of talk a little bit about your travels out. So I think probably the most logical path is you probably want to take like whatever path of least resistance is that you have, right? But I think unfortunately because of the way this town is laid out, you can probably take some side streets and side roads to get yourself over to the bridge to make your way out. Let's maybe so as you're walking out, and Kashan, I'm assuming you're kind of leading the way as one of the as the Sharp Feather brother, just to sort of
I wanted to be like him to be seen, so like everybody realizes. Yeah.
And so a couple locals, like they wave and just kind of walk by, and then one stops you and it's like, oh, well met there, Sharp Feather. How goes business?
Oh, business is great. Yeah, the farm's running perfectly. No issues whatsoever.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm wondering when the next batch of potions are going to be ready for sale at the local markets.
Oh, you know how it is with these potions. We got to get the formula just right. It takes, we got to put all our love and care into it. You can't just rush these things to production. You need at least a week, 2 weeks, like at least 2 weeks.
Have you was there a specific type of brain that you harvested for this batch?
Oh,
I know. I know you all. The one thing that farm to table. We that's why I always prefer the Sharp Feather formula, because I know what's in it. So can you give me a little preview as to what I can expect?
Oh, the thing about, like, I know you say what's in it, but I like to surprise every now and then.
Indeed. That seems rather new from the Sharp Feather farm it's a 100-year stalwart tradition in this region.
Yeah, and that's actually kind of interesting that we've been harvesting brains for 100 years and you guys have just been cool with it. But, I guess that's, Rick and Mark thing. It's just kind of interesting to me when you think about it. Like other places don't do this. So other places might think it's really weird. But it's kind of cool that we don't.
Other places don't have the darkness and doom and gloom of the Mournland to the south of them either. So
you got a point there.
I think we make do best with what we have.
It's true. I agree.
And try to make a good life out of it. But I
guess all right. So here's what I'm saying. Like for you, like what? Tell me your favorite brain.
I have to be honest. I've become partial to wild boar. I think especially when you get them from the furthest southern points of Karnath, that it makes for some very, very nice just some it's a very it's a very heady sort of flavor, right? Very savory.
I tell you what,
little hints of umami as well.
There's something about the diet that you give the wild boar too that really helps them out.
Interesting. Would you elaborate on that, or?
Well, I like. Or is
that a little too? Is that delving a little too?
That's much? A little too. But I think I can get you some wild. I'll get you some wild boar.
So
that's potions. That's what I'll do for you.
I got your back. You see him reach his hand into his coat, inside of his coat, and he comes back out and he reaches out for your hand and he slips you like a couple galfar, a couple gold coin into your hand and says, well, here, please do put the penny whistle name at the top of the list for this batch, would you please?
Absolutely, penny whistle.
Thank you much. And good day to you. It's always good to see a sharp feather.
Again, we're quite busy on our thing. I give us at least 2 weeks, I'd say. We're gonna really start grinding it out there. But so
I find that to be perfectly understandable. And I see you brought some of your help with you on your journey.
You know how it goes. Sometimes during the busy seasons, you gather some migrant workers, and that's who these are. I barely have time to remember their names, and nobody else needs to remember their names.
I mean, I was going to say a few of them do kind of look like temps. I mean, I've been to the farm before, and I don't recognize any of them. So
you know how it is. It's hard to find good work these days. These young kids don't want to work.
I mean, yes, right. I think it's good of you. I think it's good of you that you're willing to employ others and spread that wealth, so to speak. So well done. Much I look forward to that batch when it's ready. And safe travels to you.
Safe travels to you as well.
And he departs. So. You
nailed it, you guys. Nailed it.
So you hit the bridge. You hit the bridge. And now, mind you, this has taken way longer because you're just kind of you're on foot, right? So like this whole process has taken way longer of a travel time. And you're at the wreck and mark side of the bridge. And are you going to continue on this path, or are you going to continue in this manner, or are you going to find another quicker way to traverse back
I
to
thought
Windshire?
that we had a puppet show to attend. Is that here in?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Oh yeah.
that's in Ironton. Or
that's
something,
all
right?
the way over here.
Yeah, Irontown.
Well, on the plus side of going all the way over there is that people are looking for a bunch of thieves to hit and run might be going back to their own town. So,
I mean, I am still
way.
somewhat intimidated. So I'm like, well, Velma's got a good point there. Maybe we should try to take care of that.
So, what do you? Yeah, what's the verdict on that one? Because you're literally your feet are literally kissing the bridge that will take you over to Thrain and then into Ondair. Like you're not too far. You like if you got yourself a magic coach and just threw the shit in the trunk, you could get there in like a couple hours and you'd be back on campus. Or you can go the completely opposite direction. I'm fine with whatever, but I just want to state the reality of the situation here for you guys.
The reality of the situation is that we're all banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just thought while we
that.
were here, and since it's on the other side of the country here, the state, that we might find a time for a long rest somewhere between.
Yeah, I'd say we get a magic coach, throw the stone in there, and go east to Irontown.
Go to Irontown, huh?
Yeah. We get a inn, we hide the stone up there, and we do take care of this puppet thing.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. So nice timing for Kashan to come back. So Kashan, there's a new development that you thought you may want to weigh in on. Is that everybody seems to be deciding that it would be a good idea to go from here all the way over here to Irontown and do the puppet thing, and then head back towards Windshire.
I thought we decided that the puppet thing was like the last thing we wanted to do.
I thought Teddy Ruxpin
Right.
was the last thing anybody wanted to do.
No, I thought that was the last thing I wanted to do, but I thought the puppet thing was the last thing everybody else wanted to do. that was my understanding. But I mean, yeah, if we're want to give life to Lucar's crazy patron, I mean, if that's what you want, who wouldn't want a creepy puppet walking around with them? That seems like a great idea.
Are we really fair about this, guys? This seems like it may have been
Which part?
Well,
I mean,
really all of it, but
surely we don't have to kill all the puppet masters in Karnath. I mean, be fine.
I mean, I kind of agree with Azuri on here, which is like really a first that
okay, well,
this might not be the good idea.
Whoa.
I am not going to push it, but I would say that we're unlikely to ever come back to Karnath if we don't do it now. And if we, if we don't want a creepy puppet, and I don't think that is kind of nightmare fuel, then I'm not going to.
I mean, how bad can it be, guys? Like, it's just a representation of my.
It could be super funny.
Patron, who's usually in my head. I mean,
like the monkey
right?
with the symbols.
It might be good for us to be able to hear what your deity is saying, Or
what if it doesn't talk? What if it just stares with wide blank eyes?
See, I think that's my fear.
You're thinking worst case scenario. Best case scenario, it turns out that they're awesome. Really great to hang out with.
I guess if we're just gonna have like some unknown evil person walking around, I guess I want it to be me, and then I don't want to get like an extra one around. Is that's where I'm leaning towards. I guess maybe it's a little jealousy, professional jealousy. I don't know.
Got it.
Well, we no longer room with Lucar, so we don't have to deal with this.
I mean, that's a good point. That is a very good point. I mean, we're here for Lucar. If this is what Lucar wants to do, and like you said, we might not make it through Karnath again. Lucar, is this important to you?
Astrid's getting a little more insistent, so I'm thinking maybe it is important to me now. More important than it was.
Fair enough.
And if we don't do it, I think I'm just going to keep getting harassed. And I'd rather do it with all of us than with just me on my own.
And as you say, keep getting harassed, some white noise comes back. And Astrid's like, I want a puppet body. I want a puppet body. I want a puppet body. Give me a puppet body.
So, like, is this like one of those things that, like, you sold your soul for? I'm kind of understanding.
No.
Because I can totally get it. Like, if that's what it is, then you kind of have to do it, right? But I'm just saying, maybe there's other options out there besides this patron. Maybe there's other patrons. I mean,
hey, Luke,
me. I wasn't the greatest guy, but I got myself a deity and I got powers. It's pretty solid,
I got
kind of easy
too. Like I'm doing well, I think. And
Luke, maybe give him a little taste of some of the truth of like what's going on here.
I mean, I'm just saying,
like, do they even know?
Like, this patron gives you powers, but doesn't really give you teaching because you kind of launched a fireball at us that one time and killed a lot of us. Just saying. Like, that maybe was a while guidance.
Ago. That was a while ago. I'm a different person. I have much more control. You'll notice that no one got fireball.
It has been at least 90 days since the last fireball incident.
You need to tell him I'm not your teacher.
Yeah, he's not my teacher. He's just like this guy who helps me with my powers.
So he just gives you powers and just says go with it. These awful powers. I mean, that even seems worse than just not being a teacher.
I have powers. He's just helping me to use them to the best of my abilities.
So he's a teacher, even though you just said he's not a teacher.
He's not teaching me. He's just guiding me.
He's doing a poor job of that, and is probably maybe giving.
Does he only show up after the fact and like yell at you and turn you into a plant?
I'm just saying, you give a child matches, and when a house burns down, it's not the kid's
teachable
fault.
Moment.
The white noise in your head, Lucar, is getting a lot louder. And Astrid's like, I've been cool with all your friends. I'm really starting to not like that guy. He needs to check it a little bit, I think. Just give me the puppet body, dude. Now I'll talk to him.
No, yeah. Yeah, this is cool. I can't be having two conversations like this at once. Yeah. So
and then the white, and he's like, and then you hear he goes fine, and then the white noise goes away.
I just think that it'll be best for all of us, especially me, if we go on this quest. I mean, we're going to do it anyhow. We're over here in Karnath anyways. Let's just go.
All right.
I mean, let's at least get the puppet. We'll see about like the whole soul transfer into the thing. We'll see.
We'll just try to find a puppet body that's not like a creepy, weird puppet body.
Right? One that can blink.
Well, like remove the arms or something then.
Yeah, but it's your hand going on the puppet button, not mine.
So
I have a feeling that once we do this, he'll probably be able to control the puppet himself without any assistance from us.
See, and that's the weird part. That's the part that we're kind of uncomfortable with.
I mean, we've all got, like, literally Skogar has an emerald in his chest now. Like, we all got things we deal with.
Right? I just want to be clear.
Sean, you're an entirely different
I think
person
it's fine.
than you were.
Am I though? I think I'm the same.
I feel like
And I was always a rock
collectively.
god. And I was always a rock god. So
Right?
Yeah,
It was from the
exactly.
beginning. Skogar has told us.
I mean, I think the only one who's maybe Velma and Azuri are the ones who haven't really gone through any real significant changes now that you mentioned it.
Other than the fact that they were literally dead 20 minutes ago. Yes. Other than that, they haven't gone through significant.
Well, to be fair, Velma did die from the fireball that we discussed before.
It was brought back to life by a dark magic dagger.
Yeah, now that you mention it, and that was kind of on you. So
the world we live in just has lots of things going on.
It's very wild.
We really just sort of have to roll with the punches.
So, and when you say
what's real,
and when you say it like that, who cares about a creepy puppet, right? I mean, weird shit's going to happen anyways.
Yeah.
So why not have a creepy puppet?
I mean, it would add a little bit of more character to this party. Am I right?
That's what we need is more character.
Right, we're definitely lacking in that.
So who's calling the magic coach then? Because
all right, I turn the coach around and let's go to Karnath.
All right. So you're now going to be traveling through Karnath and towards Irontown.
We are heading east.
Indeed you are.
And this is going to take a while, right? So, like, you guys mind if I, like, lay down in the back? And Skogar takes... I'm assuming we can take, like, short rest as we travel.
Yes, so I mean, I'm gonna allow a long rest travel in the magic coach. Let's see here.
Ooh.
Yay.
And to level up?
No. No.
I'm getting the end of the session. I'm okay with that.
I'm getting the iron. I have an Irontown map ready, so I'm getting that ready here really quick. Just give me one moment, please. Yeah. So you guys, you all long rest so that you're able to hopefully not die like right away, because that would be good, you know. Where the heck did it go? I hate when there it is. Okay, cool. All right, let me move it over. A new map. All right, try to get this to a good spot here so you can see it. There we go. Okay, so we'll take you back to the Eberron, to the map of Eberron here. And so you're taking your magic coach, and you're pretty much avoiding you're kind of sticking to the outskirts. You're avoiding the capital, just to make your travel more straightforward. And you find we'll say that you stop at you find this nice little cozy little small town just over halfway there called Tarrick. And it's a rather small town, maybe about a quarter of the size of Windshire. There's a nice little inn there that you guys can stay in, and you can take your long rest in comfort, and you can have Lucar can have his first and second breakfasts in the morning and get himself energized and ready to go for the next section of the trip. I would like to draw attention to the fact that you are now probably into Sunday of the weekend. And as you know, that Velma did express the need to get back by Monday.
I didn't know it would take so long.
So
I gotta go, guys. I really gotta bounce.
So that's a thing. And so yeah, so you guys all long rest, and you get another magic coach, and because similar to like taxis, Ubers, like it's not just going to sit around for you and wait. So you just get a new one. You load your stuff back up, and you start traveling. Towards Irontown. But right as you get between, like, you see some signs along the side of the road that are mile markers for Fort Deep Dark, and you see it's like Fort Deep Dark, 10 miles, and Fort Deep Dark 5 miles, and then right as you get to or it's like Fort Deep Dark 1 mile away, then you hit a spot in the road where the road is completely blocked off, and the magic coach cannot continue to move forward.
Well, we tried. Sorry, Lucar.
I think we should try harder.
So there's like debris. So there's like rocks and logs and stuff. Like it's just a hot mess of like debris, like just kind of in the way.
And we think we're a half a mile away
from Fort Deep Dark.
And
Irontown is further away from there.
Right.
All right, Lucar. I mean, you want this? Why don't you go clear the path? Maybe
what exactly?
I don't know.
What exactly is blocking the path again?
Skogar hosts the.
So it's like boulders of different sizes and some rather large logs. It's almost like a dam or a wall of some sort was just randomly, built and put together.
Skogar lifts up the big crystal shard, and he wraps it, because it can't be obscured, so he wraps it up with the tent that comes in his archaeologist kit. So he wraps it in a tarp, hoists it over his back, and says, "Well, I ain't bushwhacking. I got this thing on my back. I'm following you guys."
Okay.
Fireball. Fire.
I don't think the fireball will work on the boulders, will it?
Probably not. No. Well, I got an 8 strength, so I'm not shifting no boulders.
Yeah, that's what mine is as well. I mean, if we could get the boulders out of the way, I could fireball the rest.
Well, why don't you ask Astrid to get him out of the way? Because he's the one who wants us there so badly. He can give you some powers, no?
He's going to do some bullshit about he can't move anything without a robot body.
You know what? I think you chose the wrong patron, Lucar, just saying.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
I can cast Reduce on the boulders. That would make it easier to move them.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
All right. Cool. Then she goes out.
Nice.
Does the spell. Now they're 1/8 the size.
Now we can move these easily.
Well done.
Well, then get to it, Lucar.
I thought we were a team here, man.
So what are you doing? Like, so you're moving the stuff out of the way now? And was this just the boulders like that you cast this on?
Yeah, because I'm assuming that he can fireball the rest of it.
Interesting.
When in doubt, fireball.
Okay. Are you gonna tell people to like kind of get out of the way or what?
Yeah, definitely before they just.
All right.
If we move the rocks, I will fireball the rest.
All right.
If you would like to get out of the way.
Azuri, come help. Skogar, rock god, we need you. Gotta move the rocks.
Oh yeah.
Carrying the dragon shard.
So you move the rocks, and then you clear out of the way. Lucar, you cast fireball, and burn the logs, and turn them into charcoal. And as the fire settles after so many minutes, right, of burning and everything kind of settles and starts to calm down. You can see on the other side of approaching from the other side of this little barricade, there's a group of 8 half orcs, and they're like, some of them are carrying packs, some of them are carrying weapons, and they're just sort of all hiking together down the road in your direction.
Skogar steps forward and says,
"Yeah, they see you guys, but they're just walking. They're not like they're just walking towards you guys."
Skogar steps forward, puts down the dragon shard, and you hear Skogar reach out and say in Orcish, and I'm gonna steal something Chris did that I thought was super funny.
Okay.
And he just going, and in Orcish, he says, "Hey there, fellas! Wonderful day we're having here. Y'all out for a hike?"
And so they start talking half orc to you, and so I'm assuming nobody else speaks half orc in the group, right? So it just sounds awful, like this language back and forth, but like they're just having like a regular conversation, and they're like, oh, hey, how's it going? What are you doing hanging out with those weirdos? What's your deal, man?
We're out to see a ventriloquist up near Irontown. Have you heard of him? I heard it's supposed to be just the most splendor of laughs. We can't wait. I know this is an odd crew that I'm traveling with here, but they're a good company and they're tough at spirit. What about you all? What about you folks?
The only ventriloquists we ever saw was in the traveling carnival. There's some pretty solid craftsmanship though that comes out of that Irontown, man. Especially the there's a puppeteer there. I think it's like horror show puppets, and man, it's they do some. She does some good work. I tell you what.
I hope it's scary. Been up for a good chuckle, good laugh, good scare, good laugh.
I mean, you would think so, but because of the name, right? But it's like it's kind of like ironic because they're just really high quality, well built puppets, like different designs, different styles, different sizes. It's kind of cool, actually. It's I highly recommend if you're heading that way that you should maybe check it out. Maybe even some of those humans might like it too. I mean. Well, wait, one. Well, I don't know. What's that blonde looking guy and what's he about? That blonde guy, he's a human, right?
Yeah, that's Kashan.
You know what? Do me a favor though. Since we cleared all the rubble in the way, making the path easier for me, I would love if you could just do a joke for me. And as you're passing him, just scare the bejesus out of him. It mean the world to me.
And they're like, and the one guy goes, "Oh, no problem, bud. You got it." And they
he's like, "Whoa, on your way there." And Skogar says, "Okay, they're letting us pass. Careful though, they're on edge." And Skogar creeps forward.
And as soon as you say that, they go, and they start stomping towards, like all of them start stomping towards the direction of the rest of the group, except for you, Skogar. But then as everybody noticed, they all just they look all glaring and angry, but they just keep, and you see, so like Lucar, you see one of them kind of snicker as he's like going by, and then Lissa, you see someone snicker, and then all of them encroach upon Kashan all kind of at the same time, and they all like flex on him and just kind of go like this and like thrust their shoulders at him, and then a couple of them like bump into him with their shoulders as they walk by, and they just go and just kind of like and just try to intimidate him as they walk past.
You want me to roll something? I'll be intimidated. I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
If anything, I don't know that. So I don't know that Kashan would necessarily be intimidated as much as more like weirded out by why this is even happening. Like, why you, of all people? You know what I mean? Because are you still a sharp feather technically, or did you change back?
No, I think during our journeys I would have gone right back to.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I assumed. Okay. So yeah, they just kind of shoulder check you as they walk by. And then they just kind of like, they turn around and they look at you and they give you the stink eye and are just like, and just like making these like huffing, snarling noises in your general direction. And then Skogar, you see one of them specifically look back at you and they give you this, like, they kind of like raise their eyebrows and shake their head like, as they're walking away.
He gives that was feeling very satisfied.
May the blessing of the sovereign host be upon you, or
something. random encounter table that did not turn into a battle. So you guys, you get back in the magic coach, and you approach Irontown, and it is is this the right one? I think so, yeah. Okay. And you approach you approach this city or this town, and it's a quaint town. It's really well fortified, and you come up to the lakeside gate, and it is a gated community. And as you approach the gate, there is 2 guards at the front, and so your magic coach comes to a stop because you cannot go through the gate. And a guard approaches the window of the magic coach, and who is the guard going to speak with as it approaches the window?
Are we going to reveal our mission to just pick up a puppet? That seems pretty innocuous.
I don't know if we need to tell them that.
We're just shopping the merchants in Ironton.
There's a tap on the one of them has a little a billy club style mace and it taps on the window. It says guys, roll it down, please. Can I speak to whoever's in this coach? Keeps tapping.
All right, well, I'll roll it down.
There we go. All right.
And I want to roll deception on this.
Okay.
Just start crying.
Do it. Yeah, do it. Okay.
My anniversary is tomorrow, and I need to get like something really special for my boyfriend, and we don't have much time because we got to get all the way back to, and I'm going to lie about where we're going. Thrain.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Just
all right. What's your roll?
Lots of snotty sniffles. All right. Let's see if this works. Where is this? It's up top. +0. Hey, he doesn't even like my sniffles. I got a 1.
Oh my God! I rolled a 2.
Step out of the coach, please.
I rolled a 2, man. Oh man. Okay. So the guard's like, ma'am, could you please provide some identification?
I don't want to. I was just thinking how funny that it would be if I just like lifted my shirt and showed the butt of my gun, but that would not be good. What do we carry? All I have is student ID.
Yeah.
Which places us from Windshire. And my boyfriend's in Thrain. How am I going to get there to give him a gift and then get back to the university? So, hey, Lizzie, you want to back me up?
So do you show your ID?
He asked for it. What am I going to do if I'm not going to kill him?
He looks at the ID.
Not.
He looks at the ID and he's like, Windshire, huh? Huh.
World famous Windshire. We're not as good as Rex Haven. What is that?
As Arcanics?
Arcanics.
Well, yeah, nobody's as good as Arcanics. I mean, they're the top school. I sent my brother sent my nephew there. Doing pretty good.
Well, Windshire's nice because if you have to work your way through university, and I'm still like sniffling a little bit, but I'm calming down. If you have to work your way through college, then their tuition is not unreasonable, and they offer some lucrative work study. But I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Lucrative. So as you say this, the guard's like, yeah, well, no, it's a solid alma mater. It's a little bit more. Windshire is a little bit more affordable. Smaller campus, all that sort of stuff. So you're looking. Where are you planning to go look for this gift?
He's into puppets. It's creepy, I think, but I think we'll probably look for a novelty shop and see what they have.
I mean, amazingly enough, it is part of what Irontown is known for is our novelties. We specialize in a great deal of different styled novelties, toys. We have a few different puppeteers. There's a few that are fairly popular. I mean, yeah. What about you came with some of who these other people with you here?
These are my support group. I'm easily upset.
Is this just like a shopping? Is this just like a shopping trip?
Yeah, it's a shopping trip.
Where's Lissa? Where's Big Wing?
Well, it's pretty cramped in the coach, so he's away in his mage sphere.
Okay, so you put him back in the sphere. Okay.
Yep.
Says he leans down into the window. He looks at you, Azuri, and says, "Sir, can you pull your hood down, please? I want to see your face."
Yeah. I'm just
What do you do? What would you come here for?
Well, I'm writing my own book. I'm big into books, and when I heard about the puppets here, it's gonna go really well because my whole thing is like theater performers, like off-brand theater performers. That's what the book's all about.
Interesting.
I thought it'd be a good chance to see some of the puppets up close and ask questions like, oh, how do they work? And like, well, what are the skills necessary to master them? Because I want to try them so that I know like how to write it in the book. How do you articulate the mouth, and how do you do all those things? And this is a great opportunity to get hands-on experience.
The guard looks at you and he's like, all right. And you guys seem on the up and up. Yeah, let's get the gates open for you. And he goes and he walks away from the window and then like makes a motion, and then somebody from up top like raises the gate, and then these large double doors open and you're able to enter Irontown. So you get into Irontown, and now mind you still have the shard with you. And it's kind of big and unyieldy, and how are you going to manage that part?
What we really need is a bag of holding right about now.
So Skogar does have it wrapped up in a tarp, though that means it's not any less large, but still weird looking.
Okay. So the so you kind of like, we'll say that what you like, do you have it like maybe strapped to your back or something, but wrapped up? Like, what are you thinking?
I said I lugged it over my shoulder. I don't know how big it is. I figured it was 4 feet long, and he's just kind of got it over there.
Okay. So for now
he can carry a lot.
Yeah.
As I have.
For now it's on you, and it's you have it in a way that is manageable, that you can carry. And you approach an area over in Ironside in the northeast part of Irontown. And you go into Ironside, and you see there's a whole block of shops that are, there's toy shops, there's magic like everything you could think of that's related to like novelties and toys and dolls and all this stuff and collectibles and all these different things. And then you see there's this one shop, and it's like this cool like gothic-y like style like trim on the house itself and around the windows, and there's a sign that hangs with this really cool swirly lettering that says Horror Show Puppetry, and you see that on a sign above the door.
I say anyone but this one, Lucar. Any puppet.
And Lucar, what would you like to do?
I mean, I guess we just start going into these different places and seeing what we can find. And I try to like make the white noise come in my head and say, is there a specific body you're looking for, Astrid?
And Astrid says, well, I mean, Horror Show makes the best stuff in this area for sure. But I mean, I'm not that picky. I mean, you got the money, but like, I'm not that picky. So I'll leave it. I'll leave it up to you, and hopefully you'll do what's right. And then the white noise goes away.
Well, let's see if we could find the horror show shop and go in and see what selections.
Okay. So you approach, you see it in the block or alongside the other shops, and as you approach the door, it's a black door with smoky, foggy like glass windows, so it's kind of hard to see in. And as you open the door, like the traditional little slap bell rings that as the door opens up, right? And as you walk in, you see everywhere you look, you just see puppet bodies hanging everywhere. And like all over the place, and there's ones that look creepy, scary, funny, like all different kinds, all over. And you can you roll an Arcana really quick?
That is a 11.
Okay. All you can the best you can just tell that this place is just dripping with magical energy. And as you see this, you see this like black, like sort of mist, like it almost looks like a black mist, almost like a like how Dementors move in Harry Potter, right? It's like this like weird like black mist that's moving like, and then it just sort of comes into your vision as a person. And before you stands this woman, maybe human, maybe half elf, not quite sure. Dark clothing, long flowy dress, dark hair. And she looks at you and she says, "Why, hello there. My name is Madame Horseshow. How may I be of service?" And that's where we'll end.
Ooh,
Seems legit.
Nice.
I got to think about what sort of body to get for Astrid.
Yeah, think about it.
One without opposable thumbs.
So there'll be some. So when we have the next session, there'll be some there'll be a little bit more visuals I can contribute to the store that you're in and like the person that you're interacting with and stuff to set the scene a little bit better. But that's the general gist of what you walked into. I think it's interesting. I was not expecting you guys to go for that. I was thinking it was either you're going to go back to Windshire or you were going to go to see the Tud. So I tried to roll with it as best as I could. So hopefully it worked out. But yeah, next week we'll pick back up and we'll see what Astrid's like in a physical form. That
I feel like I'm not going to like it.
I can't wait.
It can't be good.
All of you will get to meet and interact with.
Right, because we can't, we don't know what a douche he is to Lucar.
Exactly.
And we'll find out how much we hate him once he starts to interact with us.
I might love him. Who knows?
Yeah, I think you'll find.
I thought you were reformed, Kashan.
I think you'll find them to be very interesting, to say the least. As this character continues to evolve in a puppet body. Which this was
as long as it's not like Raven.
No, I think we want to pick a weakish puppet, like maybe a silly, like a Raggedy Ann or Andy type of thing, so that
no blades anywhere in it.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't have sharp claws.
But then it won't be any. He won't be any good, or they won't be any good in battle. Then that would be bad.
That's okay. We're good in battle.
Maybe made out of straw that could burn easily.
Yeah. Something that's
give it like
susceptible to fireball.
Real obvious weakness.
Clearly, yes.
And if I just to make it a little bit more.
Puts down the mimic puppet. Like, that one was pretty cool.
Just one little comment, just to make it a little more interesting though, is that like when you go into the horror show puppet shop, the white noise comes back, Lucar, and goes, "Oh, you picked the one I wanted. Oh, I can't wait to help hurt my body." And that's, we'll just throw that in there in the mix too. So, but yeah, so that's it for tonight. So hopefully, guys had a good time. We'll, I think we can get you guys back to Windshire next week and get the Dragon Shard back and stuff. Unless you're gonna look for Tud and knock all the side quests out on the way back. We'll see how time permits, because you're sitting at like late Sunday morning right now with where you're at timing wise.
I mean, so. I scheduled my classes so I wouldn't have anything early Monday. It's just
the remnants of Jack still remain in
right.
That is very right? Sensible.
Only afternoon.
Jack did the scheduling before the transfer.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks. Have a good one, and we'll do it again next week.
Thanks.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Have a good night, y'all.
That was fun.
See ya.
Yep. Thanks, Paul.
Bye.
What a fun session. Skogar became a rock god, and Kashan showed that his shape changing can come in handy. We've learned that Velma is great at covering up her tracks, and it looks like Lucar found the puppet shop that he was looking for, and it was very clear that Astrid did not want to be forgotten about. What sort of puppet body will Astrid get? How will everyone react when they actually get to interact with Astrid? Time will tell. Be sure to come back for the next riveting session of Eberron Adventures, brought to you by the Wednesday Night Crew. Thanks for listening, and see you next week. Hey there, listeners. Would you like to support the Wednesday Night Crew as we go on adventures in Eberron, as well as play through other game systems as we have in the past, like Ice Fleet and Alien the role-playing game? If you're interested in supporting us, just go to patreon.com/Eberron Adventures, and then maybe you could be as cool as Jonathan and Andrew, our first two supporters. Once again, that's patreon.com/Eberron Adventures. Donate and get your name in the credits. I mean, that's kind of cool. Anyways, thanks for your support, and as always, we'll see you next week.